Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome back. Well, should I say, welcome to Madden 24. We've made it. Today, we're going to start the Texans franchise. It's going to be a tough rebuild. Right here, I'm just going to show you guys that I'm using both their playbooks, offensively and defensively. And right here, I just want to show you guys that I am playing on all Madden difficulty simulation mode. And I am just going to bump the quarters up to about 8 minutes. And I'm just going to scroll through here and show you guys the rest of my league settings so far. Feel free to pause and copy any of them. I also just want to add that I am adding a play call cooldown to both offense and defense because I feel like it'll just give the game a little bit more of a normal feel. To really start off the franchise, I just want to take a moment and just highlight some young players who I think will be stars on this team or future stars on this team. And that brings us to the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft, the quarterback from Ohio State, CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud has 89 throw power, 88 short accuracy, 82 medium accuracy, 83 deep accuracy, 81 throw on the run, 82 speed, and 87 acceleration. I'm looking to get him started off slow, maybe with some dinks and dunks, and then try and get him going with his legs, and then we can work on that accuracy and get him throwing those deep balls. And then that brings us to Dameon Pierce, the second-year running back from the Florida Gators. He's coming in at an 83 overall this year with a 93 break tackle, 89 speed, 91 acceleration, and 82 agility. And he will start as the number 1 back in our backfield this year. And sitting right behind him at an 80 overall this year, newly acquired from the Buffalo Bills, is Devin Singletary. He has an 83 break tackle this year, 86 speed, 90 acceleration, 90 agility, and 87 carrying. He is the more elusive back, and he's looking to take Dameon Pierce's spot this season. Who knows, he might end up as the number 1 back. Next is a player who missed his first season due to illness, John Mechie III. Comes in with 90 speed, which is above average for a wide receiver, 92 acceleration, 79 catching traffic, and 79 spectacular catch. I'm hoping to find him behind some of these defenses and continue to develop him and unlock some hidden potential there. Next is a rookie wide receiver, Tank Dell, who comes in at 72 overall this year. Well, I'm hoping to have him develop as our slot receiver, seeing as he's a quick, small, shifty guy, and he can have those little underneath passes for CJ Stroud to throw to. Next up, to highlight some future defensive stars, the 3rd overall pick in the draft, Will Anderson Jr., coming in at 78 overall this year with 73 power moves, 77 finesse moves, and 87 speed, and a good frame. He should be a future Hall of Famer one day. Up next, we have Derek Stingley Jr., who I think is horribly underrated in this game, coming in at 77 overall. He has blazing speed for a corner at 93, 78 man coverage, and a 72 zone coverage. He's a nice young player who will be a good fit for this defense. And the last player we'll be highlighting today is Jalen Petrie, coming in at a 77 overall after a surprisingly strong rookie season. He has 90 speed, 77 zone coverage, 93 acceleration, 73 man, and 81 play recognition. He's a nice young piece and fit for this defense as well. Feel free here to take a pause and look at the rest of the offense in depth if you really want to. Our number 1 wide receiver right now is Robert Woods. We have Larry Tunsil holding on the left tackle position, and Dalton Schultz as well at the tight end. Those are just another few positions we could take the time to highlight. And right here's the defense. Other players to highlight: Desmond King, our number 1 corner, and Jamie Ward, our free safety. One of the many new things that they added in the franchise mode this year is the mini camp drills. In case you guys didn't know, these drills allow you to gain extra skill points for some players before the season starts, so it's kind of easier to develop players this year, you could say, because rookies also get a bonus. Which is right here. I'm just trying to hit as many targets as possible and build up my points so I can get gold. One tip that I do have for you guys here, if I could give any, is don't be afraid to run side to side here and just kind of get right up in the targets. And mainly, if you watch, you see that I throw the X and B receivers because their routes kind of, they go vertical and then they go in versus the 2 in routes right there. See, right here, ran to the side, and I actually got 3 targets right here. But once again, yeah, don't be afraid to run to the sides and just let it fly. Once again, you see me hike the ball, roll out left here, get right up to the target, air it out, and I do end up getting gold on this. Right here, I just want to take the time and show you guys. If you look under rewards right here, you do see the amount of XP and the skill point I was telling you about. Right here, I'm just going to hop in with Davis Mills and just show you some more gameplay of the mini camp this year. This is basically just a passing skeleton offense, except for the defense has way more defenders on there than they normally would. You basically just practice driving up the field with your offense with 3 wide receivers, and I think it's 6 or 7 DBs. Right there, you see me throw a nice little ball with Davis Mills to John Mechie. And yeah, I mean, it's basically self-explanatory. You have 6 seconds to throw the ball before you're sacked, and I think you have 60 seconds, I think it is, total to just get as many points as you can. You get points for completed balls and the distance of the ball thrown and so forth. And the way you increase your multiplier on this one is catching touchdown passes, and your multiplier decreases when you drop balls, such as right there. Right here, I'm gonna hit Tank Dell. No, I won't hit Tank Dell. He actually dropped that one. Right here, I'm gonna drop back. I'm gonna throw the corner out again to Tank Dell, and I'm gonna sneak it in there and see. I caught a touchdown, and my multiplier went up. I got a lot of points. This drill right here is known as the rushing attack drill. And essentially all it is 2 defenders up against you, the ball carrier, and your fullback. The main goal here, and the best tip I can give you, is to score as quickly as possible on every handoff and to do a diving celebration into the end zone to give you more points. Each touchdown you score will increase your multiplier, and you also get bonus points from celebrating on the play, how long of a run it was, and celebrating into the end zone. You also get points for skill moves here, but very rarely where you need to do a juke move. Usually on the runs on the inside, you might have to just to kind of get some space, but not really to break a defender's ankles. And once again, if you get gold or silver on this drill, you get a skill point. So that's why I'm using Dameon Pierce here, just to try and help develop him a little bit easier before the season starts. Just so you can see right here, on a final run, I get into the end zone, and I get gold with Dameon Pierce. This drill right here is known as the wide receiver battle, and essentially the goal of this drill is to go one-on-one against the DB and catch the ball against man coverage. It's preferred to catch the ball in one of these hot spots, as you can see right here. Oh, no, I actually didn't get it right there. But you gain points from catching the ball, the distance of the ball caught, and from being in the hot spot. And you also get a multiplier, which increases with each catch and resets to 0 when you drop the ball. See right here, the route's kind of ugly, but I haul in the touchdown. And just you guys wait. Right now, the wide receiver gameplay might look a little rusty, but wait on me. By the end of Madden 24, I'm going to be the sickest wide receiver out there. Trust. On the last rep of the drill, I go for the 500 hotspot, going for all the glory, trying to get silver, and I do just that. This right here is known as trench battle. You use one of your defensive linemen, hold LT, RT, rip, club, swim, do whatever you got to do to get to that quarterback back there. Make it through all these traps. These ones right here are really sometimes the only annoying ones. Get right through here, and this is very important. You need to hold LT and A when you get through there, just to sack the quarterback and make sure that he gets down. As well as make sure that you hit that target right there. As you can see, I whiffed and didn't get gold. This drill right here is known as DB battle, and you choose one of your DBs. I'm choosing Derek Stingley Jr., and you basically go one-on-one man coverage with a wide receiver. Ignore my poor efforts at coverage. At this point, I was tired with playing the mini games and just didn't care anymore. But one big tip that I found works is you can either hold LT and A and just play ball and jam them off the line right here, and just you can see the route before the play too, which also helps. Or As soon as the ball is snapped, you can just kind of sit back like I am right here and just kind of play the route, but play it better than I did. I ended up getting bronze, I think, on this drill because, like I said earlier, I was just done with the mini camp at this point, and I just really wanted to get to recording some actual gameplay, which you guys will see in the next video if you guys choose to come back. Because in this video, I really just wanted to take the time to show off the team and do the mini camp, and as you can see here, I actually ended up getting silver on this drill. And to end all the training camp, and to disappoint some of you guys, I am going to end up simming to the regular season. And to start off the regular season here, as the first season as the head coach of the Texans, we're going to set a win goal. Now, I think that this team could easily win 7 games this year, but it could also be fighting for tooth and nail to get to those 7 wins. We will see. The next step of the video was to get all of the scouting done right. So I just went ahead and made it so all my scouts were scouts that had strength and expertise in that position. I just didn't want to bore you guys by showing you guys all of that. So they'll sneak peek at the top 10 prospects. In our first conference here as the Texans head coach, we were asked about the keys to victories, and here we select the offense and the passing game. In the off chance that CJ Stroud does decide to go off today, it'll be a good little bonus for him to start off the season and just start things off on the right track. Up next, we're going to get called back into the press room to talk about our QB1, who is a rookie, as I stated earlier in the video. And they're asking us about how we think he'll play. And like I said, I don't expect much from him, but hopefully we see some flashes of what CJ Stroud can bring to this offense. And in the final minutes of this video, I just want to take a moment, go through, and use some of the skill points we gained through training camp and the preseason. Right here, I'm going to dump a point into elusiveness twice for Dameon Pierce and try to build up his elusiveness. As I mentioned earlier in the video, Devin Singletary is a more elusive back, but maybe we can dump some points into there for Dameon Pierce and get that agility up for him. Right here, we're sitting here thinking about what to upgrade for Derek Stingley Jr. And honestly, I just want to keep developing that man coverage, get it into maybe the high to low 90s before we focus on anything else really. And right here, we're just going to check on it, and we got it up to an 82 from the 78, I believe, at the beginning of the video. Right here, we're going to check in with QB1, and honestly, I want to develop his accuracy, but I also want to develop his arm in general, seeing as he only has 89 throw power, which I know it doesn't seem like too little, but it honestly just isn't enough for what I want to do. And then I'm going to just go ahead and throw a point in the scrambler as well, just to get it up to 70 overall. As we jump over to Tank Dell, Playmaker is overall just the best thing to put your skill points in for your wide receivers, but it also helps increase route running for those younger wide receivers who need that round out the edges and just overall just get better as a receiver. Here we're going to go to Will Anderson Jr. and I'm going to put points in the speed rusher. I want to get that to about an 80 before we start putting points into anything else. I want to make him as well-rounded as possible. Here we jump to Jalen Petrie, and I think without a doubt hybrid is the best thing to put your skill points in when you're upgrading your safeties, because it just makes them more of a well-rounded player. And the last upgrade of the video is John Mechie III, and once again I'm going to put a point into playmaking since he's a wide receiver and younger, and I just want to get those route running skills just better in general. Altogether, I'm looking forward to the next episode, jumping into week 1 where we face the Baltimore Ravens, who just inked Lamar Jackson to a huge long-term deal. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys have any ideas or tips for this franchise or anything else you think I should include. Be sure to come back and subscribe for more. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.